Good evening and welcome to today's edition of Conversations on the African Town Hall online television. Today we are privileged to be with one of Africa's up and coming and really fast growing brands by the name Chinedu Junior Ihekwoaba. Conversations on African Town Hall online television has the objective to bring men and women of philosophy, values, and high standards who have made some successes or are on a hustle they are passionate about to inspire young Africans to aspire to achieve success in all or different areas of life. We are pleased to have Chinedu Junior Ihekwoaba as our guest on Conversations on the African Town Hall online television today. Chinedu, welcome to our studios.
Thank you, Francis. It's good to be here. I'm so excited, especially when I got to know that I'll be on this program. I had to do a background check and see that you've been doing amazing things here, and I'm so proud. Yeah, I'm so happy to be here. Hello, everyone watching. It's good to be on this show, and I really hope everyone will learn from my journey, like so that I can be able to inspire more youth out there. Yeah.
I am definite about my feeling that people will learn. Anyone that listens to you is going to learn from what you have done because it is not every day that you meet a young man who takes the gauntlet of life the way you have done and converts them in the way you have so far done it. Chinedu graduated with a distinction in mathematics and statistics from the Federal Polytechnics Ede Osun State of Nigeria. He took out a certification program in project management with the University of California, Irvine Extension, which he finished with distinction also. He is a writerpreneur, poetpreneur with over 2 million views, providing writing services and training via copyright and blog and a blogger. He writes for Tribe Global. He's a contributor for Tribe Global, content marketing manager for Banff Media USA. He is a featured contributor to Opera News. Opera News is quite popular with us in Nigeria. And Tekedia, and then the Future of Technology Summits, among others. Those who have done business with Chinedu describe him as this way. They say Chinedu is one individual I have so much respect for. He is very daring and passionate for what is right. His capacity to express his thoughts through words is breathtaking. Plus, he really knows how to sell with words. That's great. His influence has been truly beneficial to me. You would definitely want to have him on your team. This is said by Titus Odiase, Head of Business Development and Innovations at YouthUp. Well, viewers, you have here with you one of Africa's uprising greats, Chinedu Junior Ihekwoaba. We invite you to join us today in this episode of Conversations on the African Town Hall Online Television with your questions and your comments, liking and loving the program. Chinedu's achievements attained by dint of hard work and innovation are highly inspiring. And these conversations with him on the program, Conversations with Chinedu Junior Ihekwoaba, would give you the opportunity to be inspired from his successes and success strategies. Your participation will help you and your friends, family, and contacts to see the program so they too can join and enjoy the benefits. If this is your first time of being on our program and on our YouTube channel, the African Town Hall, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, the African Town Hall. And please click the notification bell so that you receive notifications of our future video uploads and live broadcasts. Well, Chinedu, this evening is great. We already seen some viewers on the counter, and viewers, we want you to really make comments. We want you to like this program. We want you to love it. We want your question. Chinedu will be just happy to respond to any question you have about entrepreneurship, hustling as a young man, graduating from university with or without any job, how to begin. And then, of course, he has cried, he has thought, he has feared, but they have broken all of those jinxes, and he's where he is today going forward. So welcome with me as we meet with Chinedu Junior Ihekwoaba in these conversations this night. Okay, Chinedu, I have a heart to discern leading lights from afar. When I see somebody who is a leading light, I have this knack to see this person is going places. I don't know. It all comes to me like that. And I felt I had seen one. I have seen a leading star when I read your story in that article, official, which you posted on LinkedIn, where you talked about your rough beginning, having to live with your mom at 25, deciding to say goodbye to unemployment by employing yourself. That's a truly transformational story. Can you
Yeah.
retell that story to this audience? I know that millions must have already seen or read that story on LinkedIn, but I feel that 100 million more, especially the strangulating rising generations of Africa, should hear your story. Please favor us with that story, Chinedu.
Thank you once again, Francis. It's so good to be on this program, and I'm excited as well to share my journey with you. Yes, I remember when we got connected back then, and I can say that you are doing an amazing job, and happy, and very sure I know this program will be the next big thing everyone wants to see. Yeah, like we all know, it's not easy being born in Africa. We know the situation already. I'm sure the youth out there, if you're not born into a wealthy family, you know that someone will tell you that life is already leading you. Life is leading you if you're not born into a wealthy family because you're limited. And I wouldn't want to speak against African leadership, but we all know that we need to do more in that aspect. Our leaders need to do more. So I happen to fall into that category of someone that I wasn't born into a wealthy family. We had to like struggle. My mom, she was a civil servant before she retired. She worked at the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing in Ibadan. So when we were growing up, it was quite difficult, and everything has to be struggle. Sometimes I see other youths, they have whatever they want. When I'm in school, I grew up with no TV. At some certain point, there was no TV in the house. And when I get to school, and my mates are like, did you see that Papa Jasco program? I said, yes, I saw it. It was nice, very interesting. Oh, I didn't finish up with it. Can you tell me? I said, I did also finish up with it. I did finish up with it as well. Well, they were not true. I didn't want to tell them that we don't have TV, so they don't mock me. So that was the kind of life I was going through every day. Trek to school, starve, and it continued. I had to weather it, to weather the storm like that. And even when I finished my secondary school and I was trying to go into the university, I wrote jam, I passed. It wasn't working. I don't have any plug. Each time people will tell me, you have a good score. Don't you know anybody at UI? Don't you know anybody at OAU that can help you? I don't know anybody. My mom doesn't know. My mom is a deeper life, so she doesn't believe in going to meet someone. I will tell you, go and pray. Work hard and pray. God will answer your prayer. I'm deeper life. We believe in prayer. I said, Mom, this is Nigeria. You need to know somebody somewhere that can help you. So that was the cycle. That was how I was going through. And when I got, so I had no option than to go for federal protective. So luckily, I was admitted, and I started, schooling there. I did statistics. I did very well. I passed. So coming out of school, when you're done with your NYSC, you have to go for a job, and that's the story of every Nigerian youth today. Oh, no job, no job, no job. So I got myself in that situation as well. I applied for so many jobs. I went for so many interviews. Some you get feedback, some you don't get feedback, but nothing was working. And I was living with my mom. I was like 25 years old. And I was living with my mom. And it's not something you really, really like because you see some of your colleagues that you guys are out of school and some are married and some are doing well, some have a business, they have a job. And the society, African society has a way of making you feel like you're not doing well. When they look at your mate, they look at you, they say, Guy, what is wrong with you? Look at your mates, they are doing this, and you are still with your mom. So that was something I was going through. It was a moment where I was so depressed. I was so depressed. Like I'm still living with my mom. Even I remember my pastor asking me and said, Bro, I said, Sir, he said, I'm thinking of one thing. I said, What's that, sir? Why don't you go rent if it's just a room instead of staying with your mom? I felt so embarrassed, like, whoa, am I too old? Oh, I never realized I'm too old now to stay. That was the experience I was going through, and the job was not coming. So I had this very good friend in US then, Tunde, that we were now talking. I said, Tunde, I don't tire for Nigeria. How you go help me now? May I leave Nigeria? He said, What do you want to come and do here? I said, you there America, you there enjoy. I said, Bro, don't think it that way. So he started advising me that you have to look within and ask yourself, without this certificate, what can you do? And to be honest with you, there are so many people that they don't have the privilege of going to school and they are doing well in the society. Maybe they learn mechanic, they learn aluminium or whatever partisan they are into, and they are doing well. So I said to myself, if someone that didn't go to school can still do well, how much more me a graduate? I should be able to use my certificate I should be able to use my certificate to do something for myself. I should be able to think at least if an uneducated person is doing tailor. I mean that I'm educated, I'm doing tailor. I should be able to do it well. If you're an illiterate, you're doing tailor, mine should be different. So the guy said, Hey dude, I think you're very good at writing. And I'm like, Well, I'm good at writing, but how do people pay me? How do I get paid for it? He said leverage social media platform. So that's how I got a social media platform. I was finding every possible means to make money, and it wasn't just coming. I didn't even believe I could make money online. I was just doing it, and I was writing. So I realized when I sat online, I think critically, what can I do? I view so many things. I said, I think if I position myself as a problem solver, the opportunity might come knocking. So how do I position myself? Then I realized that everyone online were writing so many awesome things. I don't have business experience, so what should I share? I said, well, I can be unique. And I was so good at poetry, and that was how I started writing poetry. I started writing. So that poetry I was writing actually made me stand out in the crowd. Like people were seeing poetry, someone communicating his grievance through poetry. I was talking about grievance, the situation in the country, the problem of unemployment, and I was doing that through poetry, and a lot of people were feeling like, wow, this guy writes so unique, so well. And that's how I stood out. A lot of people went through my profile. Said, okay, he's a writer. So in the process, I started writing, and that's how I got my first job. A man just saw what I was writing. I said, hey, I love what you're writing. Can we talk? Then he offered me an opportunity that if you can write for my company, this is what we do, how we do it. That was how the whole journey started. I started writing for this man. It was paying me. Gradually, then I studied it. I said, if this man, this is what I'm doing for this man. I didn't know what they call it is copywriting. I just thought I was writing. So the man said, You're a copywriter. I said, Copywriter. Then I can include that on my profile as well. So that was how I positioned myself as a copywriter. And whenever I'm writing my content strategically, I'm showing my copywriting skills through my content. Anytime I put out content, if you know about copywriting, when you see what I'm writing, you know what I'm doing is copywriting. And that was just the turning point. And I started getting a lot of writing offers from foreign countries. I wasn't even working with Nigerian companies. So I was working with mostly American, Canadian, Australian, UK. Those are the places I was getting the opportunity from, and that was how my life just transformed from living with my mom. And then I said, I live your mama house now. And that was the turning point of my life. And in the process, I started helping so many youth that I discovered that they are also stuck looking for a job. And you have good talents, you have good skill. Hey, come, that's how I started training some people how to write and how to channel their creativity, their writing skills into an avenue to make money. So that was the journey so far.
Wow, this is awesome. This is awesome. And I cannot see a better person to share his life with our audience, who are our target on African Town Hall Online Television is the young people. We want to inspire them to get out of this the quagmire, the corner that they are boxed into by the challenges of life. And we believe that it is people who have broken through those kind of situations who can share their journey and be able to help them come out of those challenges. Thank you very much for those very critical story that mirrors your hustle, which is quite inspiring for others. I know that a few people are going to take it up today and do something for themselves. Okay. All right. Uh, in our normal psyche in this part of the world, the route for first class graduates is to teach in the classrooms of secondary schools or tertiary institutions, whether they are inspired to do so or not. How did you move from first class in mathematics and statistics to content writing and entrepreneurship? You have kind of visited that journey, but could you take that a little further? What kind of
Sure.
mindset that made you not to just hang? Some people hang in their towel waiting for a teaching appointment or anything because they have first class, even if they like to teach or not. So, can you tweak a little bit of the mindset that took you to what you are, where you are today?
No, thank you, Francis. So, yeah, I love the way you coined that question. A lot of people, when they see you're a first class material, they tell you, you should go back to school. You should go back to school and teach you. They need you, which is true. To be honest, it's true because if someone can go to school and come out with a first class, it shows the person actually knows. Provided the person did not cram to be, but we have first class crammers, and we have the ones that actually understand. So a lot of people have that mindset that you should go back to school, which I do not dispute. But I'm the kind of person I've worked in an academic environment before. I've worked there. I see the way they were treating all these teachers. They're not paying them well, to be honest. Then teachers should be paid well. They should be paid well for what they do. But when I saw that thing, like they're not paying them well, and I look at myself, I come from a poor background, and I'll be deceiving myself if that's the route I want to follow again. Yeah, having first class, first and foremost, I didn't let that get into my head. When people are telling me, you should aim to get into school, you should go and teach, I said, no, that's not for me. So I packed that aside. I said, forget that I have first class. I don't even ever sit for once and consider it, and said, what I have to do now is I have to go where the money is. I have to go where the money. Where is the money? Is to work in Shell, work in Chevron, all these big companies. But how do you get there? So when I couldn't get there, I said, okay, if I can't get there, I can find a way to get something better than just sitting in school and earning maybe 20,000, 30,000. That's if you are lucky to find 30,000 in Ibadan here, you know. So I said to myself, like, okay, what can I do? So I first zeroed my mind from, I didn't even ever think, oh, I have first class. No, I put that. So I started working like I did not even go to school at all. So I don't even tell people, sometimes I was looking at it, I said, truly, I have the station in mathematics and statistics. I had to put that aside, like, okay, forget about certificate now. Without the certificate, what can you do for yourself? And that's how I said, okay, I'm good at writing. That's something I love doing. If I had my way, I wouldn't have studied mathematics and statistics. I would have loved to study something like maybe English or create. Maybe if there's anything called creative writing, or maybe I would have loved to major in theater, like writing script for them, because it's something I love doing. And if I was writing stories on Facebook in 2012, 2013, 2000. I used to write stories that a lot of people would call me on phone. Hey, you've not dropped episode 2, you've not dropped episode 3. So that was something I actually know I'm so good at this thing. I'm so good at writing. I can pick words and create something. I can witness a scenario and put it down in words for you. I'm even much more better in writing than talking. I used to tell people that I'm an introvert. Like, I love to write. If you give me a chance to write, I'm texting and we are chatting, I can easily convince anyone. So that was something I figured, like, this is sales skill. Then I had this guy I work with at Banff Media, Josh Fetchter. So that guy looked at me and said, "You are very good at convincing people with what you write." And the guy said, "Have you ever considered getting into sales?" And I said, "Really?" So he started explaining to me that you can write sales copy. You can, as the way you coin words, you can put it down in such a way that you convince people. And I said, "Wow." So I was doing it for this company, and they were paying me a lot of money to do it for them because I was the one. They tried to look for someone that's so good at it and couldn't find. So they were like, "Okay, this guy's so good at it." They now put me that just write sales copies for. That's what we want you to do. And I'll sit down and write sales copies from morning till night for. So I said to myself, if I'm helping someone build his own business, I can build mine too. I can start consulting on my own, like, yeah, I write sales copies. So that's how I just optimized my profile. I put it out there and I started getting people coming to me and say, "Oh, I want sales copies. I want you to do this one." So that was how I actually, yeah, I was able to put my certificate aside and not go into school because I could easily figure out what I was good at. Like, yeah, I'm good at writing. And if I'm good at writing, I have to major on it. I have to study different things, aspects of writing. So I started reading a lot online. And that helped me to be able to consult for businesses and without me having to like think of looking for a job. If I'm so busy that I can't even think. No, I don't think there's any job I can do now that can actually pay me what I can earn if I put in real hard work in a month. I don't think so. And the fact that my job will give me that flexibility to do whatever I like. So I can wake up on Monday morning and say I'm not working today or I want to rest. And that's just it. So that was I was able to neglect that going that I was able to break out from that norm of because you have first class and you have to go to school. I was able to break out because I looked within, I searched within me and said, okay, this is what I'm good at. And how can I find opportunities around it? And that is what has actually helped me.
Oh, wow. And this is so important. I have my experiences with many young people when they approach me. "Oh, sir, could you help me get a job? I graduated with this and that." And my first question will usually be, "What can you do?" And I have had some of them return back and say, "Oh, I have second class, upper division, I have first class, I have this." And I will repeat again, "What can you do?" And I think we need to distinguish between what we can do and the certificates we are carrying. And Chinedu, you are blazing a trail here because many of our people are still kind of hooked down to, "I have a degree in this." In fact, this very today, I was chatting with a young person who said, "I've graduated in sociology and can you help me get a job?" And I said, "What can you do?" There's nothing else coming other than, "Can you help me get a job?" And I say, "I need to know what you can do because today it's not about degrees, but what you can do." And you have proven that if we know what we can do, if we have any talents or any skills, that's the area we should go. So I thank you very much for bringing forward that kind of bright light in a dark situation for young Africans and then especially Nigerians. Okay, so in the light of that, what is your counsel to other graduates who are either jobless or underemployed? Because all they know and have is the degree certificate they obtained from a tertiary institution. What can you share with them?
Thank you. I wouldn't blame any one of them to be honest, because I think our institution did not, they didn't do, they need to do more. They are trying, they need to do more because they are either training us to go out there and look for a job. That's the truth. Like every graduate you see, once they get to that final year, they are like, God, I'm going to favor market. God, I'm going to favor market. Oh, you see people praying, people fasting, people speaking in tongues and say, oh God, that job you will give me. Yes, 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 yes. So a lot of them come out and what they expect is not what they see. So will I blame them? No, I wouldn't blame them because some of them, their parents have struggled to send them to school. Some parents have used all their life savings to say, hey, son, you just have to get out of that school and get a job. And that is what we are all. I came out with that mindset too. That was why I studied so hard, like fire first class. Then it will be easier for me to tender it any company and they will look at it and say, yes, you are a pro. But when I came out of school, I realized that there are so many first class waiting out there. I said, Jesus, yeah, so many first class out there. How do I go further from here? And that's why I would tell everyone that is in that boat, like I'm looking for, I need a job. You need to first, one thing, you going to school is just for you to learn how to think critical in situations where it seems like there's no way out. That's the essence of going to school. So we are not going to school to become entitled to a job. I need to put it that way. We're not going to school to become entitled for a job. Like, okay, I went to Babcock, I went to Bowen, so I'm out of school. Oh, Chevron must pick me. That was when people were not going to school then, and they were begging. You know, my mom said they were begging them to go to school. They were using jobs to them. But now we've grown. And for anyone having this kind of mindset, I'll tell you, the social media you sit on is an avenue for so many people to change their life, but they don't know because they only go there to watch Whiskey. They go there to watch David. Why you watch Whiskey, David? Which the video are making money from that YouTube you're watching them. They're making money from you. It's not bad to relax yourself. Yeah, to relax sometimes. I'm not blaming anyone for that. But that social media platform they are sitting on can actually change their life. I know many people that have changed their life on social media by displaying what they can do. Look at Mark Angel, that girl that does comedy. I heard that she was awarded recently. Look at Mark, look at Burna Boy as well. That's doing so. Any youth coming out of school, forget once you are out of school, put that certificate aside. Boom. Learn, if not soft skill, learn something that you know you can do. If these days, I will even advise you to go back and learn something. If I have a child and my child is about to graduate from school, I'll make sure my child learns something. If it's not soft skill, maybe how to code, how to be a content writer. If he's not interested in that, I can say, okay, if he said he wants to learn mechanic, I'll go and put him in a very decent mechanic school that he can learn about it. These days, every graduate, as you're coming, I'm begging every one of you listening to me, please, please, the country is frustrating. And if you are not prepared for it, you will come out and join the rest of the unemployed graduates. And you'll be blaming the country with them and be cursing Buhari and saying, God will punish Buhari. But if all of us can ask ourselves, what can I do? Yeah, the country is bad. I won't deny that. It's bad. But we can't sit on it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. We have to do something. And that is why, as you are coming out, please help please help our future generation. Let us all think like entrepreneur. Let us all think like an entrepreneur. Like, sure, as I'm coming out of school, yes, I know how to make puff puff. How can I make that puff puff that it will be distinct? It won't be like the normal puff puff people buy by the roadside. We go to ShopRite, we go to this, we buy puff puff of 10 naira, we buy it for 100 naira in ShopRite. Why? Because of the packaging. You can make pop off and go to ShopRite and say, ShopRite. You need to just think critical, think different, think like a mad person and say, okay, ShopRite, I do puff puff. I don't mind supplying you puff. I can be bringing puff puff. You just have to find a way. There's a way. We always think there is no way because we are sitting there clouded with doubts in our mind. So every gadget out there, you need to first forget about your certificate once you come out. Like, boom, put this out. Then ask yourself, what can I do if this certificate, let's assume that this certificate one day is missing. Will you continue? And you cannot retrieve it back. Will you continue your life? So what can you do? So is that what you can do? That you know, yes, I can bake, I can sew cloth, I can. Now we have Instagram, we have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have LinkedIn. Whatever you can do, showcase your work online. You'll be surprised at where it will take you. I was just basically writing, and I can tell you so many people have connected, so many people have gotten on calls, so many important people like you as well, that have been able to communicate with by just writing. That's what has just exposed me to the world. So if you're a graduate out there, learn digital skills. You can code, you can be a content writer, you can be a social media manager, you can do so many things. There are many people, they're earning a lot of money. My brother-in-law earns lots of money for writing codes, more than 3,000-4,000 USD per month. These are things that you just do. You don't need to stress yourself. Just sit, get an internet, get your laptop, get your phone, boom, and you are good to go. So if you're a graduate listening to me, the best way you can break out of this norm of before you tell someone you are looking for a job, tell someone, sir, I need a job. I'm a good content. Imagine if you say, I need a job. I'm a good content writer. I can write content that will help you get business. Look at your business, and you explain why the person should think or consider you. If you are good at coding and you approach someone and say, "Sir, I can code. If I do this coding for you, your business will skyrocket from this and that." If you explain to the people, love. Someone wrote to me one day and said, "Chinedu, will you love to double the clients you get every month?" I started explaining some things. When I saw it, I was like, "Wow, wow." Then I said, I gave the person audience. So some of them just go to people. Some of these job seekers or these graduates, they go to people and say, "Sir, I need a job. I need a job. I need a job." You need to do more and position yourself in such a way that the person will look at you and say, "I think I need to talk to you. Let's talk. Okay, what job are you doing?" Tell them, "I'm looking for a job. I'm good at this. This is what I am bringing to your company." And that's how it works. That's how because the competition out there is high. And that's how you can help yourself.
Awesome, awesome, and I'm so excited about what is going on here because it has a lot of agreement with my philosophy on these things. That people need to think outside the box. Your certificate is inside a box. Outside the box is thinking about what you can do. And like you suggested, even before you graduate, you should get a lot of skills. If you check these days, if you go to the NYSC, they try to encourage you to take a number of classes. That lasts for 1 year, but sometimes to get the best kind of skill, you need more than the NYSC skill acquisition centers. So this is what everybody should start doing now before even they graduate. And when they do, they should be able to do. And I know many people who read. I know a man who for several years he worked as an accountant, then account manager in Shell. But his university degree was biochemistry. That's what he read. But he finished reading biochemistry, took up a certification from ICANN, and then got certified as an accountant. And the job he got was as an accountant in a Shell, where he grew to become an accounts manager. And he wasn't an account manager for Nigeria operations; he was an account manager for the whole West Africa operations of Shell at some point before he left that place. So let's know that, as Chinedu has said, we need more than the university is offering. Maybe the university will change in future and begin to offer better, but for now, what they can offer is the paper, and we need more than paper.
We need more than
Okay, thank you very much. That has been very exciting for me. So, um, what did you do to now begin to develop your skill in content creation, blogging, social media marketing that you use today to make a living? First, you discovered you had talent. So what did you do to develop this talent to the level that you use it today to make a living?
Yeah, thank you. There's this adage they say, practice makes perfect. Everyone you have to start as a beginner, whether you like it or not. If you go and look at it, you start as a beginner. So when I actually discovered that, yes, guy, be like, say, I'm good at this thing, no. So what I did was I was writing to so many companies. I said, "I just want to work with you for free." Because I was looking to have their name in my portfolio. I was trying to build my portfolio. I said, "Okay, it would be awesome if I'm working with this company." And that's how I got. I met this guy, Miguel Wyatt. I met this guy on LinkedIn. I wrote to him. I said, "I'm a good writer. I want to develop my skill." And he said, "Okay, I will introduce you to someone under business expert press." So when I met the person we spoke, I said, "We need writers who can write." So they helped. They gave me topics and said I should go and write them. That is a small ebook they are trying to produce. So I just went in there and I started, writing for them. They were using my work. They were using my contents to do ebook. Yeah, of course, they gave me an editor that was working on it. They were not paying me a dime, but I was so happy that at least for a company in the States to accept me to work with them for free. So while I was doing that, I was actually building my portfolio because they were giving me credit for the books I wrote under them. But they are the one publishing and selling it to their audience. But I was the one writing it, and they were not giving money. I was so happy to do it. So I did that consistently for 5 to 6 months, and I was writing for them. I have so many work that I kept in my portfolio there. So when I saw an opportunity, I went for it. Now I was now showing people, okay, can you write this? Do you have any work sample? I'll bring it out and show them. Then when they see Business Expert Press USA, they'll be like, okay, that's awesome. So any client I want to work with that's having a doubt like you live in Nigeria, can I work with you? They didn't know if they were paying me or not. They didn't know. I didn't tell anyone that they were not paying me. I just said I work for them. So they assumed that okay, this company is paying you to work for them. So if this company could pay you, that means you are good at what you're doing. So that kind of take away the doubt. Recently I got a writing gig and the guy asked me for sample. It was just that work I went and brought out that I did in 2017 for them. I said, yes, I have samples. I went and brought it out. The guy saw it and said, okay, perfect. This is something I'm looking forward to create as well. And we agreed. So how did I get better? I got better because I was willing to keep serving and keep learning every day. Even when the money writing has always been something I love. Even if you tell me that there's no money in it, unless I do not want to do it. If you tell me there's no money, I don't care. I'll pick it up, I'll do it. Because I love it. I love to play with words every time. And me doing it every day helped me. So I'll tell anyone who might want to improve on whatever they are, go and offer your service for free first. Most of these people don't want to offer it for free. They will just want to start making millions. It didn't work that way. The first money I ever earned was on Twitter. It was $25 in a month. That was the first money I ever heard. And but I didn't stop. I continued doing whatever I was doing until then I moved to 100 USD. Then from there I moved to 300 and the rest is history. So a lot of people out there, they don't get better at what they are doing because they just want to start making money. No, you have to start somewhere. You must be willing to start somewhere and offer value at it. Do it like they are paying you millions of dollars for it. Do it like they are paying you your whole life for it. And that's how you can actually get better because when you do it every time, you master it. And when you master it, that's the way forward to go. You'll be building portfolio. A lot of people are looking for job, they don't have portfolio. Why they are sitting and waiting for job? Why don't you go out there, go to one school and say, okay, you want to, if you have interest in teaching, go to one school, you want to be a lecturer, go to one school, start it, start practicing. And you see you get better. If you have interest in making shoes, go to a nearby cobbler and say, hey, I want to work as your boy. There's no shame in it. Just do it. So many people I wrote to, I want to work for free. And today, so many people write to me that they want to work for free, but I make sure they don't work for free. I give them something at least when they are done. I say to motivate them. I say, okay, I love the job you've done. I'll correct them and say, see, this is how to improve. And some of them are getting better. Some are making money on their own now. I show them that this is how to do it. This is just position yourself. These are things you should do to show. And they took to it. They wouldn't have gotten that idea if they had not come to me and said, Chinedu, I want to work with you for free. I have so many people, more than 10, 50, that are writing, I want to work for free for you. So if I don't take all of them, I just look at some and pick them because really want to pay them when they do it. I don't want anyone, I want to encourage them because I've been there before. And I know how it feels. So I got better at it by offering my service for free. And that's what has helped me all my life. Supported, even before I started helping people push out content to sell. I will write to them. Then I said, I see you're doing a program. There was a guy that was posting something. I just pick it up and I shared it for him. He didn't ask me. I just did. And the guy got results. And he came to me and said, if I want you to continue posting this for me, how much should I pay you for it? I said, anything you can offer. And he offered me money to do it. And I did. Then I realized that I too can sell what I know. I can train people out there. That's how I started selling. And my first class, I think I had like 50 or 60 paid, yes, 60 something or 60 or to 73 paid invite attendees, and they paid. And another one I did on Fiverr, I had like 200 people that paid for it to come and learn. So I wouldn't have mastered all this if I had not given out my service for free. Because in those moments I was doing it, I was actually using it to make myself better at it.
Wow. And I have this idea that I use in teaching. I said, if you have a product or an idea or a skill, give it for free to 20 people. One person will pay you for everything you have put out there. So, and then there's this you said, which I think everybody should take home and remember very well. That's why I'm re-emphasizing it. Build your profile. Don't start with money. Start with building your profile. Because if the market knows you're there, they say if you make a good trap, even if you live behind the mountains, people will find you in that place.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, thank you very much. That is very inspiring. appreciate every bit of it. Okay. Now I know that many people already know what these terms mean, but there's a chance that there are some people that don't know. And maybe they even have the knack for writing. They have the enthusiasm and the skill to write, or possibly the passion for writing, but they don't know. So when you describe yourself as a writerpreneur and a poetpreneur, what does these terms really mean? And how does one begin the journey to this kind of entrepreneurship career paths that you've just taken?
A lot of people used to ask me that question, writerpreneur, poetpreneur. I actually started it like a joke. And I'm a kind of person I love to stand, I love to be unique in whatever I do. If you see my content, it's quite unique. It's different from what people who are doing out there. Because that's just me. I love to position myself in such a way that when people see it, they're like, wow, who is this guy? Who is this guy? So when I came on LinkedIn, I said a lot of people are writing content writer, content marketer. I said I need to do something different. I'm a writer and I'm an entrepreneur. So I now remove the enter out, leaving the preneur. So writer, I now match it. And I started as a poet. I used to write poetry back then. I was writing poetry because I wanted to be unique. I wanted my content to be different from what everyone is writing. Because if you will attract the audience, you need to be different. Because that's when people say, who is this guy? What's he doing? So I was writing poetry there to communicate my mind, to communicate my pains, my experience. And in the process, a lot of people were like, wow, poet. So instead of writing poet, because I know there are a lot of people with that title, poet again. So I also add the preneur to it because I'm an entrepreneur. So I matched it. I actually did that to make it look different. And a lot of people will look at my profile and said, writerpreneur, poetpreneur. What does that mean? So in the process when they asked me what does that mean, I was just sell to them and said, this is what I do. This is why I said, why do you call yourself a writer? What does it mean? I said, he's a writer and entrepreneur because I write for them. In the process, while you open up the conversation with me, I'll just sell it to you immediately. So if anyone discover that they want to get into writing about, you have to be sure if you are ready. That's what I ask people. Are you ready? And when I say, are you ready, it's more than saying yes, no. Are you ready means that are you willing to do it even if there is no money in it for the next 6, 7 months? Are you still willing? Will you still be supercharged, energized to do it? Will you not just wake up and say, there's no money in this thing, I can't do it again. Yeah, let me go and look for a job. If you are that type of person, you're not ready. There's no way you can build a career from it. Because the truth is, everyone is a writer. I always tell people in my class, everyone is a writer, whether you like it or not. You are a writer, I'm a writer. How? Because we are trying to communicate your mind. So we have one day everyone wakes up and they have these thoughts in their mind. So if you have that thought in your mind, it's just how to channel it out, to write it out. And how can you get better at it is by saying yes, you are ready, you are willing to write whatever, even if there is no money in it, but you are still willing to write it. And so that's it.
Okay, that is very cool, and this is becoming a great experience for me, even me, and I expect that our viewers are having a lot of fun and making notes and learning a lot from what is going on here today. Okay. Chinedu, you have received 18 of the greatest recommendations I have ever read on LinkedIn. According to these recommendations, you are highly respected in your industry for excellence, objectivity, fairness, integrity, and ethical behavior. How much are these qualities, principles, and standards of life important for success?
Thank you. Like I always say in life, I think it's not even me, it's everyone that knows that in life you must stand for something. And if you really want to make it in life, whatever you're doing, you must be known for something. Because that's what the people will the people will always remember you for. Anyone that wants to deal with you, they want to deal with you because they know you are trustworthy. They want to deal with you because they know yes, you are hardworking. You not see instances where you want to do something and people say, yeah, you better don't work with that guy. He will just do you, you will run away with your money. Better don't work with that guy. He's lazy. When people and worse for third party, it's always powerful. It can either mar you or it can make you or mar you. This also don't work with that person. If you're selling any product and people are telling you And better don't go to that shop. That woman sells fake. Oh. Don't go to that shop. Oh, she sells expired. Before you know, people start avoiding such person. So in my life, I try to like, especially when I got online, I know that the Africans we are struggling, especially if they know you are from Nigeria. A lot of people they now tighten up. When they say, hey, he's a Nigerian, they tighten up. So when I realized that, I said, no, I have to be known for it. I have to, whatever, it's a must. I have to do things that will not tarnish my image. That, yes, Africans, Nigeria, we are struggling at the moment. And we are struggling in terms of our reputation. A lot of, so many companies have shut us out, especially PayPal, not allowing us to take money from PayPal because why integrity is the problem. Oh, they will run away with your money, they are scammers, and which is not true. So I had to like said, okay, I instead of complaining, I too can be that change. I can be that change that can help my country if I am doing well. Someone is, oh, I'm not Chinedu from Nigeria is a good guy. I'm not Chinedu from Nigeria. So that has actually helped me. And I saw the way I see life, that yes, in life we have to, I must stand for something. I must just stand for something. I must be known for something no matter what. Because to make it in life, not even about making it in life, even that's a commandment that God has given to us that yes, you are meant to do this. So those values, what people say about me is what they've seen. Because some of them they've worked with me. Some of them know me, it's what they've seen about me. And because that's how I just want to be. I want to build myself in such a way that yes, the people coming behind me, my children, they can see it and say, okay, that is a man of this and that, and it will be easier to lead them as well. Because if you are not that type of person, it's difficult to lead them. The kids can look at you and pick up from you and say, okay, daddy too does this, daddy does that. So it will be difficult for you to stop them. So that's the way I see that if I'm going to lead people, I need to also put myself in a situation where they see me as I'm not leading by words of mouth, but I'm leading by who I am, but by action. So that's it.
Wow, thank you. Thank you very much for that. And this is very instructive. There's this saying that if you do not stand for something, you will fall for anything. And I think that's what every one of us should avoid, falling for just anything. And also, the narrative about Africa is so negative. No, some of them are correct, but most of them are wrong. And it will take us, each person, to want to change that narrative so that we can continue to experience the best that can come out in the world. Okay, viewers, you are still watching Conversations on the African Town Hall Online Television with Chinedu Junior Ihekwoaba, an outstanding and highly referenced entrepreneur, writer, social media manager, content developer, change agent, and author. We will take a commercial break now. When we return, Chinedu will be sharing with us his guiding philosophy of life and values. Stay tuned.
Hello, everyone. We would like to introduce you to Graceworth Nigeria Limited. Graceworth Nigeria Limited is a Nigerian-owned and operated company using seasoned and accomplished professionals to execute complex security missions in conjunction with the host government to mitigate risk on behalf of our clients. Our team members have decades of experience in the security sector, bringing a wealth of knowledge and experience that not all security companies are able to offer. The success of the company is based on our unrivaled ability to build and maintain successful partnerships with our customers to provide professional and reliable security services. We pride ourselves on providing highly trained personnel experienced in dealing with the most complex of security issues. Since our formation, we have gained a reputation as a highly experienced company with a young, energetic and forward-thinking management team, offering the highest level of professionalism. We offer the following services. 1. Security awareness and training. 2. Program support and consultancy. 3. Risk assessment and investigations. 4. Executive protection and travel management. You can contact us on plus 234-807-227-2799 or 0702-525-4858. Or visit our office at 14 Buchanan Crescent, off Amanucano Crescent, West 2, Abuja, Nigeria. We would be glad to have you. Graceworth. Leave your worries with us.
Welcome back, everyone. And now, Chinedu, at the African Town Hall Online Television, we believe that for one to begin his or her life properly, have a meaningful life, and to have real and enduring success, he or she needs to have strong foundation based on the right philosophy of life and values. So, what are your central philosophy of life and values?
Yeah. Yeah. What I try to start for is there's one thing my dad. He's not a rich man, but there's one thing that actually inspires me a lot about him. Every time I'm going on the street and people that actually people that knows me, people that know me that yes, this is Mr. Luke's son. They say, "What about your dad?" He's fine. Huh? God bless that man. God bless him. He's not nice to me now. Yeah, God bless that man. That man really. He helped us when we are going through the wars. There's a man that said that used to give us money every month, every night to feed, whatever. And he didn't tell anybody about it. We are not even aware. That was the first time I heard it. It was like, the dad would just stop by, he will horn in his car and will come and give us money. He knows because I told him that we are struggling and we couldn't eat. And he was doing that. And another person will see me and say, your dad. So many people say nice things. And we, the children, cannot say nice thing about him. Like, people outside there say nice thing about my dad. We cannot say that my dad is not nice to us. So I try to look at him and say, wow, he's a kind of person that he can give anything to people. So people actually, because of that, I heard so many people said nice things about him. And that really helped me and said, okay, instead of me blaming my dad, I will learn from the good things he has done out there. Then the ones that I didn't do well, I will improve on it as well and merge both together rather than because he was actually a very nice man and so hardworking. That's one thing I know my dad. So hardworking. Like if you tell my dad that that's where the hustle is, he will go there. So I actually look at those things in life and said, if you're going to go far in life, you need to first be hardworking and smart working. You need to be hard and smart working because the way Nigeria is. So I look at that, I try to make that my value. That yes, anything I can do, I will do it. So far it is legit. Even if they are going to pay me peanuts for it, so far it is legit, I'll do it. So I have to stand for that. Another thing in life is I see myself I have one value, I see myself as an orphan, so I'm not entitled to anything. Even my mom, when I was in school, my mom would tell me, you don't call, so you just go to school. You don't even call to say you don't know whether you need money. I say, Mom, anytime I step out of your house, I used to see myself as an orphan. I see myself as an orphan. That I don't have anybody. I have you. You guys are alive. I know you are alive. But when I'm out there, I tell myself, oh boy, if Wala come today now, nobody will pay you. So I just try to live my life like I don't have anybody. And when I make money, I spend it like I have everybody. I make money now. Yeah, I'll start thinking about my mom, my dad. What can I give to mom? What can I give to dad? What can I give? Which of my siblings? Which of them is struggling? What can I give to him? Or how can I help? Which of my friends can I help? Someone in the family. So that's that's the kind of value I try to. That's kind of philosophy I live with because I realize that life is too short and God has sent us into this world, to be a change. If you see something, if you don't like something, change it. Instead of complaining, Buhari is bad. Yes, it's bad. I will say it anyway. It's bad. It's not doing us well. But I will not sit on that and because I see someone that needs help and say, Buhari is bad, so I can't help you. He's not doing us well. So I'm not your president. You just no. I said, okay, Buhari is bad. If I can make a difference in this person's life, and irrespective of how hard the country is. Someone reached out to me then. I was like, I want to attend your club, but I don't have money. I started writing. So I said, okay, I'll give you, come and join for free. I said, ah, God bless you. It meant a lot to the person. I know it meant a lot because he still had to come back and say thank you. And that's what I try to preach with my own. I said, see, in this life, we don't have, in this Africa, we don't have good governance. So we that we are rising up there, instead of us oppressing people and say, I have made money and I don't want to live with the poor again. Let me go to that estate where we have the rich people immigrate. That's what is killing us in Africa. If we all of us can say, okay, I made money and this, okay, with this money that I've made, I need to find someone that I can bless the life. I need to find someone that does not have up to me, I can make happy. Maybe go to a public school and help them. There are people there you see, they need help. In your society, look around them. You'll find people to help. If you can, so that's the philosophy I try to live. Wherever you are, be a light. You say, well, that was the first thing my pastor told me a long time. I said, you are like a light in the dark. And when he said that word to me, long time, as far back as 2008 or 9, he just called me that day after service. He said, you are a light in the dark. I said, wow. So do you know what it means? That if the place is dark and it's like now in this room now, if I switch off the light here, just one white bulb. If I switch it up, everywhere goes dark. That's just that one bulb is making a difference in this big. And if I open this door, I'm sure people out there can see the lights, the rays is going to bright. So that's the analogy is something I made my philosophy. Like anywhere I find myself, I want to be like a light in the dark. Anywhere I find myself, it doesn't matter how bad the place is. I want to be known for something, not because I really want to be known for it, but because I really care. I want to take it out. So that has been my philosophy about life.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And that kind of touches on the other question we package. We'll ask it anyway, and if you have a new angle, you bring it forward. And we wanted to know why you gave out your first end income to the motherless babies home. I think we can see some of the reasons right now. And then you did so where you can barely afford anything for yourself at that time. And this interests me a lot. You mentioned that someone as far back as 2008 said you are a light in the midst of darkness. Of course, the first thing I told you today is that when I notice a light, somebody, a light bearer, I have this uncanny skill to say this one is. So, what are you trying to teach the world by that act? You mentioned something related to this, but if you have additional thoughts on that, could you share it quickly?
Thank you, sir. You see, when it comes to, I'm a very crazy person when it comes to giving. In fact, anyone that knows me knows that I can give anything out. I can give anything out. It doesn't make any meaning to me. Yeah, of course, when you give it out, you feel it, you suffer. Yeah, I know. But I just do it not because, like I said, I don't do it because I want people to praise me. Or sometimes people you will not even know. But I just do it because that's who I am. That's who I am. That's just my nature. You know, that's who I am. That's my nature. So why I did that then was because I was just grateful to God. I was being grateful to God. Like I need to do something. David said, I will not give out what does not cost me. I will not give unto my God what does not cost me. What it will not cost him, he will not give it to God. So it means that he wants to give unto God the thing that when he give it out, you say yes. So and the best way we can give unto God, Jesus said, how many times have you fed the people that are hungry and naked? I said, God, and the people ask, when did we see you naked? When did we see you hungry? He said, those people, that neighbor you did it for, you've done it for me. So it's my own way of just thanking God because I look at my life going to Lagos. I used to travel to Lagos almost every week for job interviews. I will stay there overnight, stressed. I will come back so late to Ibadan, like 10 p.m. Look at the risk. I could have had an accident and died. And I was going through that stress just because of a job of 70, 80, 90,000. And then I'm sitting with just my mobile phone. And with my mobile phone, and someone tell me that I can make as more than 100K, more than 200, more than 300, I can make it on my mobile by sitting in the corner of my house and just writing what I love doing. Everyone writes every day. We write on our WhatsApp, we write on our LinkedIn, we write on our Facebook. Now, if you're writing that and someone is paying you to write it, you're making a lot of money from it. So it's something that I didn't see myself. I didn't see myself in that realm. I never thought I could even be there. I was thinking, yes, I will be rich, but I will be going to job. I will do, you do something that, yes, that warrants that, yes, you are working hard to make the money. But I didn't know it would be something, because writing is easy for me. It's difficult for so many people, but it's so easy for me. So me doing something so easy to make money was like, wow, wow, wow. So how can I thank God? How can I show God that I'm grateful? And that's why I try to do more of social work. When I did it, a lot some people said, why are you doing it? You need to make money for yourself first before you start thinking about that. I said, no. When I do it, I believe that when I didn't have this job, I survived. So if I give this thing out, I know I will still get another salary. I will survive. So that was the thinking. And I just did it like, God, I use this to thank you. And we go again, we hustle for that month and see how it goes. Yeah, I was hungry, I was like struggling, but at the end of the day, the money went up and I got another salary. And I think after a while, I still went to public schools and gave out socks, I gave out books, I didn't take some of those pictures. It was someone that took those pictures that I saw and I decided to talk about it. I don't like to take the pictures. I don't want it, I'm not doing it to show up, and that's not why I'm doing it. I'm just doing it to thank God and show them God that yes, I was like these children, there was nobody, no help, and I could have just been like them, end up without pursuing my dream and become someone useless in the street there. But it's just your mercy and your love. And I will try and use that to inspire these kids. And what do I do when I give it to them? Make sure you read your book. You want to be like me? You want to speak English like me? That's what I told them. You want to speak English like me? They say yes. You want to wear nice shirt and jeans like me? You want to use nice perfume? They say yes. Okay, read your book. Okay, so it's my own way of evangelizing Christ. Like, listen, Jesus loves you. That's what I told them. Jesus loves you. When I went to the orphanage, Jesus loves you. I carried them. We sang. We played. I said, Jesus loves you. It's my own way of evangelizing. We are all pastors and we are all preachers of the word. So that was just what I was trying to do with it. I was not doing it because, no, I was just doing it to just thank God and to evangelize the name of God.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you very much. That is very wise and instructive there. Um, Now, you founded Africa Unite and Poepreneur Enterprise. What do you do with these two organizations?
Yeah, I'll start with Puerpreneur, the Puerpreneur Enterprise. I used to have issues there, As in 2019, I was having issues with banks. I was having issues with banks every time. And when I want to get my money, they will say, what work do you do? I write content. They say, where's your ID card? What kind of, and these banks these man, some of them are so corrupt that they'll tell you, they think you're a Yahoo boy and say, okay, you want to come and take 1,000 USD, you want to come and take 1,005 USD almost every 2 weeks or every week. And they'll be like, okay, Oga, now, after you collect this money, waiting day now. I say, nothing day, waiting day as how. Oga, only you know feature this money. As you they do, I'm God, they no go catch you. I say, what do you mean by they will not catch you? Who is catching me? He said, Oga, no, they tell us now, we know as they go, Joe. What are you talking? I don't know what you guys are talking about. Then I actually realized they didn't believe I was actually doing content and making that because the manager of the bank said, this amount of money you are making, it will take me, this money you make in a month, it will take me 2 or 3 months to make that money. I said, what do you mean? Why I'll start my business? So I was having issues with them, and I said, okay, I need to get to a point where I have to register this business. So that point is something I love. Then I went to I registered in that way, so that when I go to bank and they are interrogating me like, what do you do? I'll just bring out my certificate, say this is my business, this is what I do, read it. So that was what that's why I had to do it, because I was having issues getting payment because they were thinking I'm a Yahoo boy and I'm into cyber crime. That is what is common these days amongst the youth. So they think I'm in that, but I'm in that category. So the only way they will allow me cash out my money is when I promise to give them 20 to 30% of my money. And I said, I'm suffering for that. I would rather take this money and go and give it to the motherless. I would take it to the street and cook food and give to all beggars there. Let them eat and be happy. And give it to you that you have a job and you're making money. Why should I do that? So that was why I now had to go and create it. And the African Unite was something I was trying to preach. that was in 2019. I wanted to initiate a movement across Africa. Like we don't have that. Then what I said with them was with the something I shared there. That was when I shared writing materials to school. I said, listen, we don't have governments. We don't have governments in Africa. Almost all African countries we are suffering. We are in this situation today because of our leadership. Africa, we are rich in Africa. We are rich. We should be enjoying. Everyone should be enjoying in Africa at least. But you can. There's no power. As I'm talking to you, I had to invest into solar energy. Imagine someone that cannot afford to invest into solar energy. So I have to invest. So I've been using solar for the past 6, 7, or 8 months now because the power was so bad and the kind of job that I do, I can have a client I want to talk to around 12, 1 a.m. because of American time difference. I will not be using touch. It doesn't position me as a professional. So I had to invest in this thing that I can put on like any time of the day. I know that yes, I have power to talk to them. I can charge my laptops, I can charge my phone. I'm not a TV person, so I'm not bothered about TV. So and I try to create that move like, hey, we all have to we all have to come together and have this mindset of taking care of our neighbor. Oftentimes we think we must have millions of naira before we can help. That's not true. If you have two Fanta, sorry, I'm advertising Fanta. If you have two Fanta,
Mhm.
you can share with your neighbor that has nothing. It will go a long way if we all have that mindset. But if you look at the African society, we are not united. Then you see Buhari, people are calling Buhari president of Hausa. He's not the president of Nigeria. When Jonathan was there, say he's president of Igbo. If you are suggest the president of Yoruba, and we don't need to do away, and that is why we are not moving forward. That's why I love Femi Kuti, of Fela's first son. He's always speaking about African unity in Africa. Like, if Africa do not unite, we cannot go forward because we are always oppressing each other. You see someone that you grow up in the neighborhood, the moment he gets a job like this, he start to look at you like you are not up to his standard again. And there is disunity everywhere, even in churches and mosques, in religious centers, disunity everywhere. If you are rich in the church, you have a section where they classify you. If you are not rich, the pastor might not even have your number, might not even know you. It's the one that I read that the pastor has a number and can call. And we need to get out of that space. We need to come together, irrespective of our status, irrespective of what we have. If we enrich our society, if you look at the Western world, some of them are not rich, but their country is rich to cater for them. And that is the area we need to get with. We should start thinking. If you are rich, instead of going to, you can do wherever you like with your money. I'm not against it, but have it in your mind to take care of. No, remember where you come from. Imagine for all these rich people, they remember their community where they come from. They would have gone there to develop it. Some of them can afford it. I grew up in this community. Let me go back there. Let me go. Is it their problem when I was there was maybe electricity or road? Let me go and do it for them. Africa unite. That was when I brought it up. Like we all need to come back and look after each other like brothers and say, I need to take care of my brother because that is who I have. That's all I've got. Your neighbors is all you've got at the moment. If anything happens to you and your family is not around, before the family will come, it's your neighbors that will have attended to you. So we need to have that mindset. As I always pray to God, if you make me rich like this, Mark Zuckerberg one day, all the places I've been that I grew up, the neighborhood, I will go there or whatever they are struggling with at that point. If I still discover that the problem is there, I will solve it for them. If it's electricity, I will find a way to do maybe to change their transformer and put brand new. If it's bad roads, I will find a way to tar the roads there. And if all of us start thinking that way, imagine all the community we've come from, start developing them, it will benefit the life of everyone around there. And that's why I created the Africa Union. I was using it to preach the gospel of African unity then. So the gospel was just let's unite together and help each other.
Oh, that is great. And what you are doing there is in alignment with a program we did in December last year, from the 15th of December to the 30th. The African Town Hall Online Television hosted the African Youth Conference, we use that opportunity to bring young people from all parts of Africa to speak about leadership question, the problems and prospects of leadership question in Africa. And that was an awesome meeting that a lot of ideas came up. Maybe you stand by to join us in the one we are doing this March, beginning from Saturday, that is next tomorrow or thereabouts, or maybe about Monday. We will start uh, the National Youth Conference Nigeria, and we want our classification of youth here is the political youth, 18 years to 45, 18 to 45 years of age. And we will want all these people to come and contribute to what the youth should be doing by 2023, because whatever happens, the Buhari administration and presidency will end by that time. What is the Nigerian youth going to do now to be ready to cause changes during that period, so that we do not continue in the nonsense we are involved in right now? So
It's not so
that's what
indeed.
we, yes, that's what we want to do with that conference, and we'll be glad if you will join. We'll send you the notification on that conference as we start, and the
Yeah,
registration link. And we will be glad if a rising generation personality of your caliber can speak at that conference. Um,
yeah, definitely. I don't have a
okay.
problem. Definitely, yeah.
Okay, that's great. In that your LinkedIn article where you wrote about your first income being given out to the motherless babies home, you talked about training other people to learn how to write like you do. Can you shed more light on your training programs and how people can access them? And then if you have websites or other means that people can use to learn more about you and your works and be able to leverage on your expertise to start their own life journey along the path you have walked. So can you share all of those thoughts with us so that you never can know who is listening and who may be
Yeah.
interested in getting to involve in business with you?
Yeah, thank you. Funny enough, I don't have everything I've been doing online. I don't have a website. I don't have this because a lot of people. I realize a lot of people have been limited by they need to have everything set, everything perfect before they can. But I'm the kind of person I'm preaching. You can start with whatever you have because you are all you need for whatever you want to do. You are all you need for whatever you want to do. So that training, a lot of people used to come to me online. They were writing me, oh, gee, I want to learn how to make money from writing. Sometimes I want to give them for free, but I realize that when you give people something for free, they don't value it. But if they pack it, if it is 1 naira, their mind will be there. That, "Ah, I have paid 1 naira, I must go and attend to it." So I now kind of find a way to make it so cheap. Then I started with 2,000 naira. Some people were crucifying me like, how can you be teaching this type of course for 2,000 naira? Because I realized I charged, there's this white woman I charged just to do a one-on-one training. Just we were getting on call for 1 week. And I think I charged her like more than 150 USD for that. But I said, no, these are my people. These are my African people. I'm trying to help them. It's terrible in the country. So if I give it to them at 2,000 naira, I believe everyone, so
Sorry.
I believe I give it to them at 2,000 naira. Everyone can afford it. Excuse me.
Uh,
Yes.
let's go on a commercial break now. When we return, Chinedu will continue to explain on how we can reach
Okay.
him, and then by the time he finishes
Okay.
on how we
I'm
can reach you,
back.
we'll have the
So
talk about
I
that.
believe that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I'm back now.
Oh, okay.
So I believe that if I make it so cheap, everyone can afford it. And the goal is to impact them and to make them learn the art of because they used to think they are not a good writer, but I tell them you're a good writer, you're good at writing. So I try to do that to like help a lot of people. So I share it, but I set up time when I see the request people are asking me, teach me how to write, teach me how to write. If I get that request more than 10 or 15 times, I just tell myself, okay, it's time to create a class and say, so we just create a class on like Zoom and we set a date and I invite all of them into it and I tell
Um,
them this is the fee and some
it
of them
seems the
pay.
network from Chinedu's angle. is having some issues. So we
Can
will.
you
Okay.
can you hear me?
Yes, yes,
I think it's back now.
yes.
It's back now. So a lot of people when they reach out to me and I say, okay, if you're reaching out to me and I see the request, people reaching out, then I try to just create that class. I say, okay, I'll fix a date instead of explaining to one person at a go. Excuse me.
Mhm.
Excuse me, please. I would like to take water, please. I would like to take
Okay,
water. Yeah.
okay.
This,
Let's take a commercial break. When we come back, we will continue to expatiate on how to get into Chinedu's programs and share his thoughts on books. Here is a Hall Online Television. Thank you and
yeah.
welcome back.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I just find myself choking.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
welcome back.
thank you. As I was saying earlier, so when people reach out to me, I just tell them, okay, instead of teaching one person at a time, let me just put them together. So I put out the course and I make it very affordable for everyone because I really want them to part away. And you'll be surprised that even though some people pay, they will still come back to you and say, I missed the class. I think it's just the African nature in us that we are not always serious about everything. I've had instances that I've trained so many white people, and before time, they will write you, and I'm online. They'll write you like 5 minutes or 10 minutes before time, say, I'm online. And exactly that time will start. But when it comes to our Africans, you'll be the one calling some of them. Where are you? I'm online. Come online. So that way I had to make that class and I always make it very affordable. So when they part with it, they are serious with it. And whatever I teach them, they can make use of it. So that's how I just started training because a lot of people were coming to me and they will say they want to make money, they want to make money. So I have to first bring them together and do a mastermind class with them to explain some of the things about writing and how they can make money from it. So I'm looking forward to develop it to a big course, create websites because I was talking to my girl the other time. I said, don't you think we should create? She's a very brilliant. I put in that into. She's a brilliant woman, brilliant, very, very brilliant digital marketer. So I was telling her, I think we need to brand this thing and make it really big. So it's something I look forward to developing before the year runs to an end and make it bigger.
Oh, that is great, and it is important, and people can reach you on LinkedIn. I'm sure if they come to LinkedIn, they will see a lot of the value you're posting there. They will see your profile and can connect a lot more with you. That is fine. That is very good. Okay, thank you. Now, what's your take on the saying that leaders are readers, and that a reader today is a leader tomorrow. And also the saying by the great Napoleon Bonaparte, who said, "Show me a family that reads, and I will show you a family that controls the world." What's your take on all of these?
To be honest, readers are leaders. I definitely agree with that because when you read, you acquire knowledge. And knowledge is power. Even though I say knowledge is power. So if you are not reading, how do you acquire knowledge? How do you get power? Most of the so I mentioned a very brilliant digital marketer. That's my girl Apolline. Apolline, when we were talking, Apolline said she relocated to Europe. She left a very good job, MTN job, very good job. She was getting steady salary of about 1,000 or more USD. And when she got to Europe, she couldn't, you know how it is that when you're adjusting in Europe, and she has this, what do I do? She's trying to sort her papers, trying to get a life. So at some point, while sitting at home looking for a job, this thing, she needs to earn money. She has family back in Africa. They look at her, our daughter is in the overseas, Obodo Ibo. She has to send money. Oh. And she did. Nobody will know that you have to. It's a life that you need to fit into the system first. And she was just sitting there. She said she was just sitting there, and then she stumbled on something else and saw a lady that's so good about her. And she wanted to be like that lady. Like, I would love to do something like this. And that was how she started digital marketing. How did she become so good at digital marketing? She started reading, learning, taking courses, reading so many materials on it. If I tell you today that this girl is so good at digital marketing that she works for a very big company in Sweden, Detail Online, by just acquiring that skills, she did so many courses she read. Now she LinkedIn awarded her last year as the top voice in marketing. Top voice. She was among the list of top voice in marketing. That's not an easy feat to achieve. A lot of people, I know a lot of people that are paying so much money that they want to get to that. They are trying to make themselves, they're trying to make this, they get themselves into that top voice to be recommended. So for someone or lady to look at her and acknowledge her and say, yeah, the job she got and did, they came to her life, they love what she's offering. And all these things is from someone that was working with MTN, relocated. And she's now she's so good at what she's doing. I was working with one guy too, Billy Jean. I was reading the guy's story. The guy is a school, is an American, dropped out of school and trying to fit in into life. He said he studied so many things about Facebook ads, and that's what he has used to generate millions of dollars. That he built, he moved from living with his mother to buying a very beautiful, lovely home in America. So she built a very he bought a very beautiful home in America, a very beautiful home. And when I read some of the interviews he gave, he said he read a lot about it. Meaning Africans, we need to read. We need to read, you know. So why African is like this is because some of us don't even know our history. And if we don't know our history, how do we make our continent better? How do we make it better? So I definitely agree with that. Leaders are leaders. So I agree with
Oh,
that philosophy, and that instances I've seen where reading has helped so many people to become thought leader in their field.
oh, that is great. That is great. Okay, and one that is like unto it is what books have you read in the past that impacted your life positively? What impact did those books have in your life, and what books are you reading now?
Uh, because of what I do, most of the books that I read are always related to my own field. Like I read the book that I actually read that helped me, that helped my career was Banff Bible. It was written by the boss I work for currently, Houston and Josh. They wrote about how to become a good content writer, how to sell with your content, how to do sales copy. So it was a kind of book that has like 500 to 700 pages. And I read so many, it taught me how to do storytelling a lot. and I read it and I learned, okay, the key, the science behind writing, things you need to know when you are writing. A lot of people are writing without purpose. They just write. They just write because they think they want to write. A lot of people are not even communicating when they write. I read some content online, I'm like, I can easily spot it. So it was that book that actually helped me. The Banff Bible, that's what they call it. It was like
Palm
telling
Bible.
the Banff Bible, BAMF Bible. So they were actually using it to tell how you can sell yourself on social. If you look at it now, the social media is the next big thing happening. It's the next big thing happening, and a lot of people are not even aware. Because if you have Facebook where you have 2.5 billion or how many billion of people that sit on it every day, it's a good place to target your product or whatever you're selling to target and get clients or customers from it. So, how do you now engage those people? That was what Banff Bible did for me. It opened my eyes, and I'm like, wow, wow. So, there are lots of opportunities on this social media that we just sit and catch fun and we go away. So, people can actually connect with top top personnel in their field and get business done with them. And these guys have done well with what they are doing, and that's what they are teaching. So that book actually helped me. It even changed my mindset, the way I see myself. You know, I used to see myself as one guy, an African guy that should just work for chicken change, work for chicken change. If it is $10, $20, let me just do it. So I later now see myself in a space that yes, I should be able to charge in thousands of dollars and say. And this guy also inspires me. I think he should write. I want to tell him to write a Professor Dubisi Ekekwe. I don't know if you've come across his content
Yes,
before.
I think I've come across him on LinkedIn, but I've not followed a
Yeah.
lot of his works there.
Yeah, is a one I spoke with that time, and he told me, I said, Chinedu, he said, the online is becoming the next big thing in life. And he said, any youth that is wise should build a portfolio for himself. In the next 4, 5, 10 years, such person will be grateful that yes, he did. He's a guy that I would love to see him write a book one day because he has done a lot. And when he told me, Chinedu, I charge thousand, he charged hundreds of dollars for him to even put your content on his blog. He charged like 500, he charges 500 USD to put your content on his blog, just to put it on his blog that he built for himself. The way it's so valid. So those kind of things they helped me when I read Bank Bible. It really changed my mentality, changed my mindset that it doesn't matter where you are. If you are good at what you're doing, you can actually earn big from it. And that has helped me. And currently it's still what
Wow.
I read because it's like 500 to 700 pages. I still read it. I still read different because it talk about different aspects of marketing in it. And I read what I do. So it's something I try to read more. I try to read from other marketers. I even listen to more of podcasts and watch videos. I listen to this podcast of people in my niche that they are doing digital marketing service. I listen to them. Successful people like Russell Brunson, Billy Jean, listen staff, and all these people. I listen to them just to learn from their stories. And while learning from them, I inculcate whatever lesson they've shared into mine and try to put myself out there.
Awesome. Awesome. That is great. Thank you. Um, now, how embarrassed are you and how concerned are you about it also? The narrative that if you want to hide something from an African, then you just put it inside a book because Africans don't read. And what can we as Africans do about this? And is this saying, is this narrative really true of Africa?
It is true. It is
Mm.
true. I don't know. I don't know how I sound before the audience, but it is true. I'll give you an instance. Okay, we're doing my writing class this Saturday. We have like 300 people in the group, and we have like I was expecting up to 70 to 80 people that have paid to show up. And what did I do in that group? I wrote, "Hello, the class starts." I wrote on Friday. The class starts on Saturday by 5. Do you know that evening some people are still asking me when is the class? And I wrote it to the class that by 12 p.m. on Saturday, the class is 5. I will be online. If you know you have paid, I've given them numbers. Write to me from 12 for your number with your number, and I will add you to the main class that we are going to have the training. I got there on 12. Some people were writing in that group and said, I have not been added to the class. I have not been added to the class. I have not, and 300 people, I cannot be angry. I said, are you blind to see that I said you should reach out to me and let me add you to, I can't say that. I say, very people say, so this guy is not gentle. But it was so annoying. It was so annoying because I wrote it. I said, reach out to me with your number and I will add you. 12, some people were writing as if I have taken their money and ran away. I have not been added to class. Why? Today, I said people that missed the class should reach out to me. I have replay to give to them. A guy wrote it in the class that, why have you not sent the replay to me? I paid for it. I don't deserve to be treated this way. When I read it, I was like, what? So I wrote that, did you actually read what I wrote up there? Some people were asking me, where is the account number to pay? When the account number is on a pin message that this is the account. People asked me, where is the account number? I said, no, we don't read. I complained to her. I said, why is it that we Africans, that when we give us a job, we don't read? We don't read it. We just love to ask questions. How can I
Okay,
do
what can
this?
we do about it? Oh? Is there anything we can do?
What can we do? I think what can we do about it? I don't even know what we can do about it. I think maybe our own set will pass away, and when the new sets come, we'll pray that they have I don't think it's going away. It's not going to change anytime from now. It's not going to change. That's just the truth. It won't change. It won't, and that's it. So what are we going to do? I don't know, because me too as well. I think we just have to keep emphasizing on it. The need why we should read before we even go out and ask questions. But some questions we're not supposed to even ask it if we had actually read, because we'll have seen it. So I think we need to keep emphasizing, hammering on it. Then you create awareness. I say read is important.
Well, I think it is situations like that that made me to create the Africa Town Hall ebook club. It's an ebook club. It's online. It's a membership club. The cost of membership for 1 year is less than the cost of a bottle of granite. Right now in Abuja, we buy a bottle of granite for 650 naira. But it costs much less. It costs less to be a member for 1 year. And like you said, to get people there to come and have access to books to read for free for just joining at the cost of 500 naira for 1 year is still a Herculean task. But the ebook club is there and it's accessible, and we are using that to encourage young people to have access to book that can read from their phone, the Android phones, and the laptop or tablets or other devices that can read books. So it is made for that purpose, because Africans don't read, but we need them to read, because readers are leaders. And I'm glad we are all agreed to the fact that readers are leaders, and we are concerned that Africans are not reading. And each and every one of us need to find something we can do to help them read. And thank you for sharing how reading helped you to, prepare and improve yourself. I hope that the young people hearing us today can copy that. Okay, as we begin to wind up this great program, we would like to find out what your dreams were growing up, and then how much did those dreams influence or propel you to what you are doing today? Any thoughts on that?
Yes, yes. When I was growing up, my parents, not my own dream, they wanted me to be an engineer. They said, this boy is so good in mathematics and he's so good, he's brilliant. He should be an engineer. But actually, my dream was just to be a writer. But I didn't actually have the right word to describe it. But I just wanted to be, or I know is I wanted to be known for entertaining people. So I want to write things that people will read and they will feel inspired, they will feel motivated, they will feel entertained. That's what I love doing. And I did in my nursery school. I used to tell stories. They call me master of redos back then in my nursery school. They
Oh
would take me
wow.
to every Thursday. They would take me to classes. I would tell stories to all of them, and I always have different stories every week. My okay, how do you have all this? Because I read. I used to read different books. I have a friend that has the father has so many books. The father is a publisher, so he has all these kiddies books in the house. I'll go there and pick and read. And whenever I get to school, I'll say, I have another story again this week. So I'm always looking forward to something interesting to tell them. Well, when you get to a point, you tell your mom, I want to be a writer. When you look at, are you all right? When engineers are using carton, my mom said engineers are using carton to bring money home. You want to go and sit down there and be a reader so you can end up in primary school or secondary school as a teacher. So that was a no-no for me. And the woman suffering to train me, I had to listen and follow what they want. I went to science. But I knew till date, I'm not good at physics and chemistry. I just went to the science school because I was not interested in it. I got into trouble in school for writing stories and disturbing class. I wrote a story and everyone was reading and they were laughing. And the man came and said, what are you guys laughing? Bring that thing. It's Chinedu that wrote it. Oh, it's the one, it's the one. And the man said, so I'm busy sweating teaching you here. They are writing stories to make people laugh. I'll punish you today. And I stopped writing till I left that secondary school. So when I get back to higher institution, I started writing again. I love to just write. I used to tell my colleagues that if I actually had been in America, I would have been a script writer and a lyricist. I would be writing lyrics for all these musicians. Because I look at some of that, I say that they don't sit down and think before they say the lyrics in the song. Like you have to, writing is thinking. You have to put on your creativity to do it. So that was something I actually loved, and that was something I really wanted to do, but I never had that opportunity. And thank God I couldn't find a job when I needed a job, so I now had to go back to my old love. I said, okay, since there's no job, let me go back to my old girlfriend then writing.
Yeah.
So that was
Yeah.
how I just got myself into it. And you just look at it. I just believe that whatever God has given to any man, whether you like it or not, if you do it under the tree, it will somehow blow you up no matter what. You see so many people, footballers, you say, oh, he grew up in that street, in that slum. Because that was what God has actually destined him to become. He will somehow be found. He will be found. Whatever anyone has been destined to do. So that has always been my dream. And I'm so happy that actually what I used to think that I wanted to do with my writing, and today I'm doing it. A lot of people have come to me and said, you've motivated. The goal is not even to make money. That was so crazy. It was not to make money. I was writing on Facebook so that people would come and tell me, Chinedu, I love this story. It changed my life. That was why I was writing. So, but in the process of trying to make people to get them motivated, inspired, entertained, then I started making money from it. So I think if we find our purpose in life, money is just a bonus to it.
Great. Because as African Town Hall Online Television and the Town Hall Communication Company, all organizations set up to help the rising generations of Africa, we believe that we need dreams. We need that imagination, creative imagination of what we want to be in our lives, what we love to do. We believe that this helps people to attain and achieve success. And I'm glad that you are able to connect back to your childhood dreams, and that have brought you to where you are today. I would like to share my own story that what I'm doing today is a childhood dream. I've always wished to teach, but not in a typical classroom. My anytime I think about my own dream, that I'm thinking about teaching the whole world. It came to the point that I thought maybe I want to be a preacher or something, but it wasn't that. I think it is what I'm doing today, both with my writing and this broadcasting. So I'm so happy with the connection that both of us are building here, and wish that our young people will learn that dreams of their lives
Yeah.
can come true. All they need is just to make sure they have it. Okay, that is great. Failure is always part of success. Do you have failure stories and mistake stories that you were able to overcome? One of the things we want to learn is how we are able to bounce back in spite of the setback caused by either a failure of a project or a mistake you made in the process.
There is one thing my boss used to tell me. You said, Chinedu, we are going to fail. Whether you like it or not, we will fail. But we will excel, we will fail. So failure is part of the game. There are times that you will not meet the client's expectation. It's not because you are bad, but it's because we are all different. I used to tell people that there was this client I was working for. He was not happy with the work. Same work I gave it to another person. The person loved it and said, "This is the best," and that is how life is. So yes, there was an instance I failed. I picked up a role with one company. Then they needed a. It was my mistake. They needed a digital marketer. But I'm because digital marketing is like a big embracing all of them together. So under digital marketing, we have copywriter, we have um, we have the ones that do SEO content. We have them splitted. But because I'm a content guy, people often confuse it that this guy is a content guy, he can do digital marketing. But no. So they gave me that offer. I couldn't say no because of the pay. And perhaps I got it through a relationship I have with the person. Like we are so close and this guy can do it. So when I got that job, I was completely new in it. Like, what are they doing here? They were asking me some questions I could not even answer it. I have no idea. So I was lost in the job. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. For 2 months, I was in it. I was just earning money and not doing anything, not bringing anything. So I felt so bad, and they had to like end it. Like this guy doesn't know what he's doing, and I felt so bad. I was so afraid. Like, wow. Then I actually realized that it was my fault. I should have said no. That no, I'm not good at this. This is my field. I could have just come out plain and said, no, I can't do this thing. But I thought maybe I could. So how did I learn from it? And I sat back and said, okay, I need to go and learn more about this thing. So I learned about song, and I also learned to create relationship with people that know more than me in that field. One thing in life, you cannot work in isolation. If you be successful in your career, you can't work in isolation. So sometimes there are some things that you need to save your time instead of going to learn it. Just connect with people in it. So when you have it, just take it to them, do it. If it's to share the money, share it and say, okay, guy, this is the money in it, or how much will you take this? And okay. At the end of the day, you want to satisfy your client. So that was a lesson I learned from it. So since then, when I take opportunity, I have people, different plots, people that are good in so many aspects. I just go to them and say, hey, guy, there's an offer, let's do it. And once the guy has done it, and I'll just go and present it back to the client. And we share the money. So that was how I was able to overcome it. And that failure taught me how to build,
Work as a
how to
team.
build a, yes, how to work as a team, how to engage so many people and realize that this life, you win more when you have a winning team around you.
Oh, that is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. Okay, thank you. Well, viewers, you are still watching Conversations on the African Town Hall Online Television with Mr. Chinedu Ihekwoaba. Join us by asking questions and leaving comments so that we will expand the scope of this great discussion. Thank you for continuing to stay with us. Okay. Now, we would like you to look at your mistakes, use your mistakes, use your philosophy, use your values, use your experiences, use your failures as a basis. And with this as a basis, what are the final words you have? You are going to speak to three groups of people. Number one will be the rising generations of Africa. The second will be the current political rulers of Africa. I don't call them leaders because they are not, they are rulers. If they are leaders, we'll call them leaders. And then to parents of youths of today. Parents are always wanting you to do this or that. Okay. So it seems Chinedu's network issues. While we wait for him to see if he will show up, let's take some messages from our sponsors, and after the messages, we will find out if Chinedu will be able to join us back. If not, we will actually coming to the end of the program. Okay, Chinedu is back here, so we are glad to have you back. We wanted you to help us using your experiences and philosophy and all to give counsel to three sets of people. One, the rising generations of Africa, which is the young people who are growing up. And then we want you to give a message to the political rulers of Africa, how they can begin to do things differently. And then give a message to parents of these young people. Sometimes parents want something else and the talent of the youth is something else. So if you can use your experiences, your philosophy of life, and failures and successes to counsel these three people as we conclude this interview.
Oh, thank you. To youth watching me right now, I just want you to know one thing. The country is, let's not say any other word, but we all know what it is now. And if you're a youth, you're coming up, you need to learn from me and don't be like me. I went to school and my mindset was, let me come out of school, let me have that good grade so that I can get a job. It doesn't work. It's a myth. Like have first class. You'll be surprised that some first class are even working for an illiterate. They're working for an illiterate. Being an illiterate means that it's something you must have in here, in your head. So if you're a youth coming out there, you should know that as you go to school as well, take time to learn some. If it's a soft skill, if it's just one, learn it, master it, know it very well. If it's just a soft skill, and if you are not good at soft skill, learn something, learn a craft. If it's how to make clothes, how to cut, learn it and do it in a different way. Don't do it like the common tailor. Don't do it like the common chin chin seller or buff buff seller. Don't do it that way.
Okay.
Let your
It
education
seems
speak.
the network issues are continuing. Um, Hopefully, okay, he's back. Go ahead.
Is it? I think. Is it better now?
Yes.
Is it better?
Yes, you are clear. You are clear from this end.
Is it better? I think the network is.
Yes, yes, yes,
Is it better?
yes. Go ahead.
Okay, okay. So if you're a youth out there, learn soft skills. If you can't learn soft skills, find a craft you can learn and do it differently. Don't do it like the common tailor, don't do it like the common hairstylist that we have across the road. Let your education speak through your craft. Let your education speak through what you're doing, and that's how to stand out. And come out of school with the mindset of you're going there out there to create your own job and not just taking your CV and begging a recruiter or a CEO to help you or begging your rich uncle to help you or fix you up. Let's go with the mindset of you're going in there to actually solve a problem in the world. And to our political leaders, if they can try as much as possible to put soft skills, they add soft skills into our educational system. It will help so many youth. It will open their mind. It will give them this entrepreneurship spirit. So if they can do that, it will help us. Like schools need to start teaching soft skills. They start, it's part of, it's part of what every graduate must have in their credential, in their CV right now. That yeah, good at soft skills. And if our leaders can find a way to put that in our curriculum, it will definitely help so many graduates coming out there. Some of them just need to pitch themselves. They don't even need to go about begging recruiters. They need to position themselves and the job will find them. And to parents, God is greater than all of us, and God has created that boy to be a footballer, or created that boy to be a singer, has a reason because that's where he's going to excel. Take time to study your child, at least from age 5, 6, whatever a child loves doing, shows that's what he's good at. Whatever a child start doing at age 5, 6, 7, and you notice it and say, okay, this boy loves drawing. This boy loves beating the table and singing. Help him or her by buying things that he can use to practice. Why the Western kids are doing, they do very well is at that age 5, 6, 7, they already have a system, they have the parents who buy everything to help them to be good at what they've shown signs that that's what they love. And why you start, that's something you start doing at age 5, 6, 7. By the time you get to age 18, you would have been a master at it. And that's why when they go out in there, they do it well. You look at their footballers, look at the footballers they produce, the musicians they produce. If you read their history, their parents will tell you, oh, they've shown these signs when they were like 5, 6, 7 years old, and they say, okay, I think this is what this boy is good at. This is what this girl is good at. So to every parent out there, take time to study your child from 0 to 10 years. To say, okay, what's this boy good at? And don't force your will on that child. See, whatever a child wants to do, just pray, support. What you think you have for that child, if you support the child in what he wants to become, he will get there and he will even be higher than what you're thinking. Yeah, I know you want success for your child, but if your child wants to be a singer, support the child. At least at the end of the day, you want him to be successful, and you see he will be successful at it. And that's what I have to say to these three people. And I pray God help every one of us.
Thank you very much. That is very awesome. Thank you. It has been a very exciting moment for me to share these studios with you this night, Chinedu, and a lot has come out of you. The suspicions I had on my first contact with you have all been proven right beyond all reasonable doubts that you are a leading light. We want to say, keep up the good work. May your shadows never grow less. And we want to thank you for making time to be with us in the studio today. Do have a great night, and please stand by both for the upcoming National Youth Conference Nigeria and future invitations to speak from these studios. Thank you very
Uh,
much.
Thank you, sir. It's been nice being on your program, and I pray God keep blessing and help you grow it bigger and better. These are the kind of programs that we want to showcase. To show to the world that yes, Africans have got talent and there's still more to come.
Okay, great. That is very awesome. Thank you, and have a good night.